Oops, sorry.
Yay! Hi.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Yeah. Thank
Happy
you for
Social Media Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for finding time and coming to our group. Today we plan to celebrate Social Media Day together with our community. That's why we have most active people from our community as a guest in our studio. And we will talk, yeah. Hi, Katie. And we have Ta.
Hello.
Hi.
And we have Eric,
Hello, wafers. Hi.
all the way from Germany. And we have
Yes.
Mitzi. Oops.
A mini version.
Oops. Okay, didn't work the way we planned, but that's the beauty of going live, right, together. So we can see
Yes.
it's happening. There are some thought about, and that's what makes us see it's all live and it's all great. So guys, if you are with us, and yeah, I see some comments. Happy Social Media Day, Karen. I'm glad you're here. Hi guys from some other people we don't know. You guys need to give permission, Wave, to show your name in the comments. And we're gonna talk about how community, our community, your community celebrate social media, because we all connected on social media. Social media is the reason how we can go live right now, right? We go live in our Facebook group, and then probably share some fun, embarrassing, I don't know, yeah,
Right.
all social that happens to us, right? We will be a bit unfiltered today and talk about some interesting things that happen to us. And when we talk about interesting things that happen to us, of course, it's always cool to talk about something that happened for the first time. So I'd like to ask you guys about your first experience on social media, and let's talk about our first experiences. Do you remember? Oh yeah, we have some people. Comments. Do you remember when you posted on social for the first time, and what was the reaction? What was your feelings about it? If you do remember, because it was kind of a long time ago, right? And maybe for some of us, social platform was something even pre-Facebook things. So anybody who wants to share your first experience?
Well, I'll start. I actually had to look this up, and my first post was 15 years ago, 2007. I jumped into Facebook, and my first Instagram post was a picture of the restaurant that we worked with. So I took a picture of the sign outside, and that ended up being a very long-term client, and we did their website and their social media. So that was really my first social media account. And 2008 is when I joined Twitter. And I decided at that time, and it was such a good move, I didn't want to do just one Twitter for my name or my business. I decided to be strategic. So I started 4 Twitter accounts, and all of them are still active. One for Todd Dixon, one for 720 Media, my web design company, one for Springs Business, which is my local Colorado Springs business community, and one for Colorado Springs Views, where I share my nature and hiking. And I thought, rather than clump all of that into one account, I should do 4. And it was one of the best strategic moves I've made to date.
God.
Wow. It's really impressive. And you hit on a few more questions that I prepared about like how you make your first dollar or first, money on social media. What was your first social media experience? Did it lead somewhere? Yeah. So if somebody else have similar experience or remember at least first time you shared video or photo on any platform, or maybe you just want to talk about your first platform you've been at, so you can raise your hand and
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you. I had to look it up as well, and I was quite late to social media. I was very nervous about it. In fact, I've only just gone onto Twitter like a month ago with WhatsApp. Oh dear, it's funny, isn't it? How we change and everything. So yeah, my foray into social media was Facebook in 2009. Some friends of mine was going on about this I can't even remember what it was called. It was a social media platform before Facebook, which maybe was precursor to Facebook, and it was about finding friends. I don't know whether any of you remember what that was. But I was a bit too nervous to do that. And I made my first post on the edge of a gorgeous lake in the Lake District in the UK in our holiday in 2009, looking quite embarrassed, sheepish, but some people were nice about it. So it encouraged me to do a bit more, I think. So that was my first ever post.
That's cool. At least you searched and you remember that. That's amazing. Yeah. For me, I was on some in contact Russian platform before, and for me it was like really kind of hard to switch to Facebook. But since I'm here, it was inevitable that at some point in 2010, I guess, I finally opened my Facebook account and share some posts on it. Yeah, long time ago, right? And the history of social media day goes 12 years back when Mashable for the first time announced that it's time, guys, to celebrate it, to celebrate social media and to celebrate it together. I know for a fact that Eric also have a good story to share how he made his first money.
Okay, my first money, what I made on social media was last year. I'm not only a video creator or 360 guy, I'm also an biographer. I hope it's the right word, biographer. And it was a few months before COVID. I had my first course to write the life stories with some friends from Facebook, and that was my first money I made with Facebook, with social media. Yeah, but the beginning is much longer ago. First time I had social media was MySpace. Also, I think it was in 2005, 2006. And I wasn't really active, but I had some friends, and especially musicians, because I made a web radio show in Austria, later in Germany, and had some contacts to musicians over MySpace. And later I'll switch to Facebook.
That's so cool. I hear the stories, guys, that some of you, like Katya, just joined Twitter. You talking about just making money on social recently, 2 years ago, relatively recently, right? So it's so amazing. It seems like we still have, room for improvement and more to do on social media.
And you know what? I was actually was trying to find my first post, And then I just realized that the social network I was posting for the first time, it doesn't exist anymore. It was even before like MySpace, before all those. It was some kind of small social networks for college graduates. So doesn't exist anymore. I don't remember. What was it? Probably trying to find some classmates or something.
Yeah, and there are a lot of comments, a lot of engagement, people trying to remember what they've done first. Nobody can remember it in 3 minutes, so it's really challenging. It's such a part of our life now, right? It's even hard to imagine our life without it. So my kids like asking, what? You didn't have computers when you were a child? What were you doing? How are you living? No social media. What was it? What kind of unimaginable.
I started my company June of 2000. So this is my big anniversary month, 22 years in business. And it's been great. We're a web design company. And as soon as social media came about, that became my goal because I wanted to save money on paid advertising. And everything I read about Google and the algorithms, I just thought social media content would last forever out on the internet. And this would be the way to get my services out there. And I'm glad I jumped in early. Let's just say that it is still reaping a lot of reward.
Great.
Another experience, if since it's already almost 12 years when social media is in our life, do you still remember, or maybe you can share, what was the most unconventional platform you have ever been at? Because there are many, like MySpace, one of them, Vine, any others, anything that you remember, guys, which is not mainstream?
Periscope. I don't know if you remember Periscope. It was kind of one of the first live streaming options out there. You could do everything from your phone. And I just remember thinking, we all have the ability to be live and to own our own talk show like Oprah. You know, the sky is the limit. And that was the first time that I really got into live streaming, and then promoting it through social media was Periscope. It was a fantastic platform. It no longer exists, but it was a good one to get my teeth cut in.
Right, and I remember being on Periscope, and there was such a great engagement, and you can see people on the other side of the world. It was amazing,
global
experience. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not with us. But guys, if you are with us, please comment about your experience. Oh, look at this! Somebody was on social media as young as 10 years old. Oh my gosh, Karina. Yeah, I need to Sonia.
It was like what, 5 years ago?
Yeah. No, stop it. People go live on Amazon, and yeah, wow, some cool, interesting impact. Thank you for commenting, guys. So first experience are always memorable. Do you guys remember your first video on social media? It wasn't that far away.
Yes.
Anyone wants to share?
I actually had to look this up again. I mean, I spent some time researching these questions because, man, a lot of years have gone by. My very first video was promoting a nonprofit that my father ran, where he did outreach work to the homeless community. So I shot the video and wanted to promote the good work he was doing with homelessness. And that was my very first YouTube video.
Oh, cool. I thought I first went live on LinkedIn, and I actually honestly pressed a video button in my profile, and I was talking, and I was posting it, and I was mentioning that I'm live, just to find out a few minutes later that I wasn't actually live. I just recorded myself and pushed out.
Oh.
But because I was, full way in, and I hashtag like live video and all this stuff, and I expected to get some engagement. I got some engagement. It was like hundreds of views back there. And I was like, wow, amazing. And worked amazingly, and people commented, and I was like, wow, I need to go live more often. And then
Right.
it wasn't really live, sorry. That was like friends' comments. Any other stories from you guys, how
Yeah.
you went live? And okay, Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, my first video I remember was on YouTube, on Facebook, sorry. It was a YouTube video and was posted on Facebook. It was the time, I think, around 2009, 2010. That was the time where I made my web radio. Was on the way with musicians, and I found two guys. One played didgeridoo, and the other one played a guitar, and they made it so great. And I filmed it and put it on YouTube, and then posted on Facebook. This one was my first video I posted.
So
Cool.
what made you? So what? I'm kind of want to learn more. What made you post these guys? Why you didn't do it before? And all of a sudden you hear this music, and what was the motivation?
Yeah, I had contact to all the musicians through the web radio. I was a host in a web radio station and made my show with is mixed music. The most was meditative or world music. And later I made a show with 50s and 60s music, rock and roll time. Yeah, I'm a rock and roller. And that's how I get in contact. And these two guys played at a festival a few kilometers from my hometown. And I go there and filmed them and talked to them. We had a nice time, and yeah, it was great. But I can't find it more video. Sorry.
Oh. Oh.
It's okay.
It's too long ago. I'm an oldie.
My I think it's one of my first videos. It's the most memorable first one anyway. It has to do with music as well. I'm a singer. You might be able to see my keyboard here. Yeah, and so I was in I still am actually in like an MLM company. I find that hard to say. And we were doing like a little recruiting drive and for the summer, and we were encouraged to phone up people, and it was that sort of thing before the social media videos and stuff had really got started. And I was thinking, yeah, how shall I do this? And I thought of the song from Greece, Summer Lovin'. So I decided to change some of the words so that it fitted my little recruiting drive for my health and beauty company thing, and did a video of me singing in my lounge my version of Summer Lovin' and welcoming people into my team.
Cool.
So yeah, it was quite fun, really.
Yeah, it's so.
One of my first videos, now that Eric mentioned that about the music, was also a musician. He was a 15-year-old phenomenal guitarist, and he was like a Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of classic rock sound, Jimi Hendrix. And we were working for that restaurant doing social media and website design. So I thought, I'll just give them a big bonus. I will show up and record a video of the musician that they can use on YouTube. Well, it was great. It's still my #1 most viewed video by far on my channel. Is Young Austin was his name, and maybe 10,000 views now. And he played the guitar, and he did a little thing with a ketchup bottle, and I thought this will be great content. And a lot of those early videos where I was not maybe getting paid an extra fee to do them, but I wanted to show our clients that, hey, look what this world of video can do. And that mentality of offering a lot of value without worrying about compensation, that really did pay off because it helped me build my portfolio and land new clients.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. Yeah, that's actually how many people go on social media. It seems like everybody tell a story about musician, right? or about singing. And it seems like that's something people wanted to share first on social media.
I just realized that my first video on social wasn't about music. It wasn't that cool. I'm pretty sure it was about kids. So
I would expect some programming stuff, but
no. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was
yeah.
when kids were born, we were posting those kids videos on social.
When you think they're so cute, right? Okay, interesting. But then the next thing, when you start sharing your videos, or especially when you go live, right, there are inevitably some embarrassing moments. Anyone want to share anything that happened live with you, which were extremely embarrassing? I'll share some story. We had co-promotion with TubeBuddy. It was a big thing for us. And I was preparing so hard. I was tasting everything. And then when I pressed go live button, oops, all my destinations was off. And nobody could see me anywhere. And Rob Balades, who was a guest at the time, he jumped and just like turned everything on. But then 2 seconds when I just freeze. It's never happened to me. I've never prepared that hard, and I've never had any problems like this. That was like a lesson to take it a little bit more easy in the future. And prepare that hard, then everything just flow. Anybody else? Kathy, maybe you?
Yeah, I'll go. So, I was testing out a different platform, I have to say, ages ago, not Wave. Wave is much easier than this. And I couldn't quite get the hang of how to use it very well. But anyway, I managed to go live and it all seemed to go fine. And then I came out of the screen or out of Google, whatever it was, and carried on with my work. And I was working for a few hours on really complicated stuff. I was staring at the screen going, oh, this is so complicated. Oh no, I don't understand this. I was sitting there. And after hours, I got a message from somebody saying, did you know you're still live? I was like, what? And I was trying to quickly scan back in my brain. Did I do anything really embarrassing in that time? I don't think I did. I think it was just me sort of staring at the computer screen. But that was a sort of humbling moment.
Yeah, and that's how you learn who are your true friends, right? Because they text you and they say like, okay, you're live. You don't want to be probably, right? Okay. In the community, people are saying my camera failed, I cried after show, and all this.
Oh, Ross Brand.
Yeah. Usually all these embarrassing moments, people don't even notice them, right? Even if they were present, it's embarrassing for you, but they kind of feel everything is fine. It's just life happens, right? Green also shares about her first video on YouTube experience and all the stuff. So maybe
but it's not actually my excuse me, it's not my story, but I was it's how you can turn your embarrassing moments into something else. Essentially, I was watching a stream by Molly Mahoney, and at some point the video became garbled. You could hear her but not see. Instead, you saw some kind of colored rectangles or something. And apparently it was showing fine in studio, so she didn't see it. Anyway, she was keep talking, oblivious to what is happening. And people started commenting on the stream and left lots of comments. Eventually, she noticed, restarted the browser, did something. Basically, she came back to the stream. And then she said that this is something, if something like this is basically the best which could happen to you during a live show, because when it happens, people start commenting, and excuse me, Facebook algorithm kicks in and decide that this is like super engaging stream and promotes it better than the other streams without so many comments. So if something like that happens, just use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, that's
I
such
need
a great point.
Is telling
I
this.
have one quick one. October was National Women's Small Business Month. And when I read that, I thought, what better way to celebrate than to interview women? And it'll help me, practice my live streaming. So I lined up about 25 guests and everything was going pretty well, except one day the power went out. We had a big storm. I had everything set up on my desktop. And 10 minutes before the stream, I started to panic. What am I going to do? So I ended up just using my phone, and it was a real lesson in letting your perfectionism just drop it away, let it go, because it doesn't matter to the audience so much. These things that get into our head, they didn't know. I was so proud of myself. I didn't have to go into a big explanation about the power went out and I don't have my real microphone and all of that. I just carried on. But man, I was sweating. It was nerve-wracking, but it all worked out.
Right. And I love it how you said it. You have to let your perfectionist go, right? Just forget about this perfect stuff and go ahead, do your thing live, right? We have Nancy joined us. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Hello.
Any stories about your first experience or embarrassing of going live experience? That's what seems to be kind of resonates with our audience.
Would you, I mean, if you've been going live often long enough, it's hard to pick that one. It'll happen numerous times is what I've discovered. It'll happen numerous times, and the best thing about it is how you react to it, how you respond to it. And I know early on, I think it was probably, I don't even, when did we have Facebook Live available to us? Was it like 2016 that the button showed up? And I remember I said, oh, this is a neat button. I pressed it and all of a sudden I was live. And I was like, I don't even know what this is, but this is great. And then somewhere along the line, we get caught up in, oh, we're supposed to do something when we use this. And it's supposed to look a certain way. And then we get hung up on like, oh my gosh, I can't do it because now it doesn't look perfect. But what's fun about it is when you can get past that hurdle. Like the time that I had my phone propped up on a little tripod thing. It was on top of my car. And I thought, perfect. I can stand up and I can talk from a distance. I can look professional with a nice background. And then the tripod did this. I kept following the camera. It's reality. It's life. And it was, if you can make light of it and not get so hung up on it and keep on going. I think that's the magic.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, it resonates with me. I remember this story about two captains who never got seasick. One of them never went to the sea, and the second one who is lying, right? So I think it really resonates with what we experience when we go live. It's always something happens, and you have to embrace it and just let things happen. Okay, that was. Thank you for sharing such a great stories. Now I want to have this thing to engage our community. If you ever been on live beta show, we have this or that. Well, I have this fancy banner as chat has, but I still have good questions. So, and I want our audience to join in and also answer questions. LinkedIn or Facebook?
Facebook all day.
Facebook. Yeah. Sorry, Facebook. LinkedIn lovers.
The book. It's the book for me.
Okay. Yeah. Next, Instagram or TikTok?
Instagram.
Are we too old to like TikTok?
Yeah.
I love TikTok. I use it, but I get more of my audiences on Instagram, but I do use TikTok also.
Good for you.
Both for my business and personally, I have 2 TikTok accounts. It's great.
I'm impressed.
Way to go.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well done. It leads to the next question. Personal or business on social? So what are you more? I'm more business.
More business.
Ooh, I am so much more personal, But personal is my business, I think, is why I'm all about communities and connections and engagement and feeling connected and belonging. So my personal is what shows people that we're connected, and so it transfers into my business. Does that make sense?
Mm.
Mhm. And we have people talking about Facebook and Instagram in one answer, LinkedIn in Insta, some other comments.
I
I like
have
what Karen put down in there. First time I posted on Facebook, my words were, "I already miss MySpace."
Yeah.
I have
have a quick
lists
funny-
on Facebook, essentially for different groups of friends and business. So I try to always separate business from friends. Yeah, I guess, and there are even different groups of friends. Yeah.
Right now, I feel like we are been a community for such a long period of time. I almost feel like I know you personally, that even we never met, right? But I feel like you
Right.
are my friends in a way, right? And another, how do you feel about posting on social media? Fun or chore?
Fun.
Fun.
Yeah, that's the fun part, right? To have something fun during your job, like posting. Okay,
Yeah.
next, blogging or vlogging?
Vlogging.
Vlogging. Yeah. Yeah. V for
Vlogging.
me.
More.
Okay, that's a good trend. What about pre-recorded or live video?
Live.
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
Live here too.
I get so hung up on pre-recorded, like my perfection thing steps in,
Yeah.
and then it feels weird. So
Yeah.
I
What
like
I've been doing with
pre-recorded.
I love doing live, but then taking all the moments and using them, repurposing that content. So it's kind of both. It's live, but then once you got that live video, you have 20 more little videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm trying to do more live to recorded, if you see what I mean. So maybe recording it, as it were, I'm live, and trying not to spend hours on end editing it for pre-recorded, because that's when I just get stuck in the weeds and it just takes too long and it's sitting there on the computer. I've got loads of these bits of video sitting on the computer, unloved and not shared.
So yeah, let your perfectionist go, right? That's
Yeah, exactly. If you start editing your videos and you even have this little bit of perfectionist in you, it's gonna take forever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But when you kind of go in live or even like try, pre-record like going live,
Yeah.
you can just do it much quicker. I guess
Yeah.
they're almost the same result.
Yeah.
time saving thing.
Yeah.
When do you post? Mornings or evenings?
Evenings.
all day long.
Yes.
Both.
All day long.
All
yeah.
day, all day, all day. Because your audience, depending on the platform, you look at those results and you can see I need to be posting, and usually multiple times. I like to post once in the morning and once in the evening.
Mm.
You should celebrate social media day. I don't know how, but it seems like it's worth it.
Yeah. And another fun, really quick story with TikTok. Boy, you never know where your audience is. With TikTok, this is really fun. So I'm a landlord. I have like 9 tenants. And on the bottom of one of my checks recently, the tenant said, "By the way, I love Taz TikTok." I had no idea that this guy was watching me on TikTok, but I love that my tenants,
Wow.
it's not just business running my company, but as a
That's
landlord,
cool.
I love knowing that my tenants are like giving me a high five on social media. It makes me so much more relatable.
I'm pretty sure he wanted some discount or something. Right?
Yeah.
Good one. Next question. When you go live, do you go solo? You have co-host? You have a guest? So what's your style?
Solo, almost always solo, but that isn't because I love having a co-host. I love having a guest, but sometimes I am very spontaneous, and that works best when I am solo.
For me, it's more with a guest. I don't prefer content when it's just one person talking live. So kind of like the Warren Buffett style of investing, do what you love, do what you know. I love watching live shows where there's more than one person talking, so it's more of a conversation. So probably 90% of my live streams in the past year have been with one or more guests.
Wow, cool. Does it help to grow your audience? What do you see? Or it's just easier for you, or you're having more fun? So why it's with guests for you?
Well, I think it's more interesting content, the bottom line. I just feel like you have to be very, very interesting if you're going to talk by yourself for a long time. If you have a guest, it allows you to grow your audience and their audience, because now you have doubled your exposure, doubled the amount of people that care. People care about you when you show that, you know, you care about them. And so what I'm finding when I have a guest, my guests are excited to share the live stream because they're on it. Most people aren't going to share a live stream if they're not on it. So I'm finding that involving a guest really is a way to maximize your reach when it comes to engagement.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of engagement, Anita Sonia, she's an expert and she worked on 100 days live.
Oh, wow.
And she also co-author of the book of Brand Ross, right? 100 live streaming predictions. So if you guys haven't heard of her, please follow her. And yeah, ooh, see? Eric has this book, Sonia. Wow. Yeah, so
I did do 100 days of live. I did 100 days of live by myself, going live on Facebook last fall. That was a great exercise. That would be really interesting to do 100 days with a guest. I can't wait to check out her live stream when she does her 100 days with guests. That's going to be so powerful.
Totally agree. What an exciting way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
On a Friday, I have a fun and friendship Friday live. When I'm up to it, I have chronic illness, which so going live and meeting people on social media has just been a lifesaver for me. It's so wonderful. You know, if you're stuck in the house and you really don't feel very well, I might feel well enough to go live on one day, so that's brilliant, but I might not on another day, and I don't get to see people. And I've made so many friends. Social media really has been quite life-changing for me. But anyway, on a Friday, I try and have a fun and friendship Friday. And it's a musical one, and we do a little quiz. You know, I ask a few little questions, have a fun little countdown timer for them to quickly put in their comments, their answers, which is really fun, and talk about what's going on in social media this week. You know, the sort of gossip about what's happening with it. And we have some songs as well. And I invite some of my musical friends on sometimes, and it's just so lovely. I mean, live, you can't really, it's very difficult to play music together when you're obviously not in the same place. You have to be quite clever about you know, holding your note until the other person's finished because of the delay. So but we manage, and it's so nice. It's just, that's what I think social media is just so wonderful for. Like we were talking about earlier, it just connects people from, you know, all over the world. You'd never ever get to see these people otherwise. And I've made such deep friendships with people. It's just really, it makes me quite emotional, actually. It's going live and social media are both fab. Nothing like it.
And it's for all ages. Today I made a posting with social media is for all ages. It's for young people, for older people, to connect them, and that's great. It's a great medium.
Yeah, I'm so thankful that we have social media in our life and we can use it. We can be together. We can share our experience, being emotionally, celebrate social media day. Finally, it's an option for us. And I'm so glad that Karina, our community manager, came with this idea of celebrating something and inviting people. And she made it happen. She invited you guys. And I'm so grateful for the team, for their energy, and for this moment possible. So
I'm so grateful with you.
And thank you guys for being active in our community. Without all of you, community wouldn't happen, and you all contributed to it in very profound way. So we're really thankful to all of you, and yeah.
Yeah, how to do that.
And being part of it. And I hope to see you more, and probably we will do more things like this. On that,
how do you do a wave? We could do a wave.
Ooh, let's try to do it.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. Okay, and again, thank you so much for being here. Guys who watch us, thank you for watching. And on that note, we will play outro. Bye.